I'm Michael Gurfinkel and welcome to another video of U.S. Immigration TV. Today I would like to talk about something that may seem a little strange to people, and that is where you have to admit you committed fraud in order to get a green card. This situation typically comes up when a person enters the U.S. under an assumed name, a different name. Their picture on the visa or passport, but somebody else's name. Well, that is considered fraud. And a lot of times, the person is being told that when they apply for their green card, they should just put down that they entered the U.S. without inspection, EWI, or snuck across the border. But then that creates a problem. And the reason for that is in order for a person to be able to get a green card in the U.S., even if they married a U.S. citizen, is to demonstrate that they were inspected. That's the very important word, inspected. And that means they presented themselves to an immigration officer, looked at the visa, and they got stamped in. Even if it is under a different name, they are still considered inspected. Now, if you say you entered without inspection, then you weren't inspected, and you can't apply for the green card. The only time a person can apply for a green card in the U.S. and they were not inspected is if they have the benefit of a law called Section 245I, and that required you to be petitioned before April 30, 2001. But what if you were not petitioned before April 30, 2001? That is where you would have to confess or admit you committed fraud by entering under an assumed name, and then you could apply for what is called a fraud waiver by demonstrating that either your U.S. citizen or immigrant spouse or parents would suffer extreme hardship. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like saying if a person's being accused of murder, their alibi is, I'm not guilty of murder because at the time of the murder, I was across town robbing a bank. I mean, here you are admitting something, but you need to do that. Otherwise, you will not be able to get a green card in the U.S. And if you think about it, if a person does put down their manner of entry was EWI or entry without inspection or crossing the border, that's going to raise a lot of questions as well. The immigration officer may say, well, if you're saying that you crossed the border from Canada or Mexico, how did you get to Canada or Mexico? Where's the visa that you got to get into those countries? Okay, and then they're going to start grilling you and interrogating you on how you crossed the border. And there are going to be a lot of questions about how you entered the U.S. without inspection. And if you didn't, you're just making more and more lies. But admitting the fraud can actually help your case. If this situation applies to you where you entered the U.S. under a different name and you want to apply for a green card in the U.S., I would strongly recommend that you seek the advice of an attorney who can evaluate your situation, determine your eligibility, and help you prepare the case. And of course, you want to be able to retain a copy of that assumed name passport as proof of your inspection, because many times people will send the passport back to a travel agency or burn or throw out or tear up that passport. Well, the assumed name passport is your proof of inspection. If this situation applies to you and you think you could be eligible, I would strongly advise that you seek the advice of an attorney who can evaluate your situation, determine eligibility, and help you apply for the green card. I hope you found this video informative, and if it applies to you, of course, that's great. If you know of somebody who is in that situation, make sure to share this video with them, as well as like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'm Michael Gurfinkel, and this is U.S. Immigration TV.